Hello to the YouTube. Good evening. Welcome into Teaching Track Live on the YouTube. Oh, man. No, we can't be stopped. Did a podcast earlier. Haven't even uploaded that yet. Because as soon as I did that, I went and picked up Oliver. Then we went over to our local Wally. Picked up some fresh groceries. Fresh veggies. Fresh beef. And I came home. And I made my wife amazing dinner food. As opposed to dinner not food. Not lunch food. Dinner food. It's a great meal. And then I told her, I'm like, listen, I got to do a live tonight. I got to come back. I got to go back outside. I got to do a live. She's like, oh, but honey, DJ, why don't you sit down and watch some trash TV with me? Trash TV. And I said, ooh, I like trash. I like trash TV. I do like trash TV. No, Bubba Joe, nobody can hear your smart mouth either. You're still muted. I'll bring Bubba Joe in here in just a second. He can tell you how he violently assaulted me with his words. So she says, you want to watch some trash TV? And I think, okay, maybe for a few minutes. I love trash TV. So she sits me down and she turns on The Bachelor. Man, these chicks be crazy. These chicks being all crazy up in here. And what's his name? Who's the Bachelor this year? Chester? No, that's not it. Carter? Nope, that's not it either. Colin? I can't remember. Dude, he got me crazy too. He went up in there, he took a rose back. He gave a girl a rose, took a rose back. Craziness up here on The Bachelor. Oh my goodness gracious. It was absolutely mind-boggling crazy. It was. He gave a rose, he took a rose back. Good evening, welcome into my guest. Bubba Joe is here on the stage, and I didn't tell anybody. He did, Boxer. Took that rose right on back. Gave the rose, said, nope, you don't get to keep this rose. Took the rose back. Broke all the rules of the bachelorhood. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. My name is UltimatDJz here on Teaching Track. And Bubba Joe, you guys didn't get to hear Bubba Joe a moment ago as he assaulted me. I said, listen, I wanted my wife wanted me to sit down and watch trash TV, and he says in my earphones. See, this is like a TV studio, right? So he says in my earphones, you guys can't hear, but I can hear him. He's in my headphones, and he says, "What? Did your wife want you to watch the Packers game with her?" Oh, hardy har, har. Bubba Joe, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it.
No problem. I wanted to bring the memory back because I knew it was a very strong one for you.
It was absolutely awful. Yeah, don't want to do that. Ooh's the cat. Okay, the cat looks good. Bubba Joe, why don't you sing for us? Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka. Are we gonna get flagged for copyright if we're singing it?
We probably should look at the audience shrink like that.
Well, I actually really just wanted you to sing for a second to make sure that the cat's lips did not move while you were speaking, and test successful. So we're good. Listen, Bobby, I am all for the Chiefs. I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's like truthfully, he's probably the next Tom Brady. But because everybody's rooting for him, I have to root against him. That's just how I am now, all right? If I can't be happy, nobody can. That's the way it goes. Good evening, everybody. Broadcasting live from the streets of Romulus, Michigan. Here's where we are. Again, see, they still have that seafood buffet going on up there, Bubba Joe. Say some of that's probably turned by now. Probably not good. Good evening. Welcome in, everybody. Listen, we have some stuff to do tonight, and I wanted to come in and do a live. And I will tell you, because we haven't done one yet this month, Bubba Joe. We always, we don't do it as much as some of the other content creators. But there's some stuff that we can show off from time to time. There's some fun stuff. So we wanted to do a couple of things here for you tonight, and I thought that I would open the show by saying good evening and welcome. And if you guys are here watching for the very first time, and I know it's late, if you're watching for the very first time, I would like to invite you to become a member of our channel. There's a little join button down below, and you can be a gold patron here on Teaching Trek, just like over on our podcast. And our website is talkingtrekstfc.com if you'd like to check that out on our podcast every Sunday and Wednesday. But yeah, there's a membership button here on the YouTube, and we would also like to invite you to use Super Chat here tonight, okay? You can be doing Super Chat, and I would like to welcome Warrior to Bronze membership. Thank you for joining. That's awesome. Appreciate you. You guys do your Super Chats here tonight too, okay? I have set a goal, Bubba Joe. This is it. If I'm going to be late, if I'm missing The Bachelor, then I want to make $100 tonight. Make it worth my while, okay? My sights are very low. I could come in and say, listen, I want to make $5,000 tonight. I don't care. Just you know what? Make me $100 so I can tell my wife, be like, listen, this was worth missing The Bachelor. I don't care if I make 5 cents, but she's going to want to see the bank account at the end of the month. So, so I got to tell her that $100 was worth missing The Bachelor with her tonight. Good evening, everybody. What's up,
I
Bubba
think
Joe?
that's an admiral. I think that's an Admiral Gold, DJ. But shouldn't you be paying us to allow you to miss The Bachelor?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what should be happening. All right, so here tonight, oh my God, look at Steven Zarin coming through with the big time. See, now I only have to raise $11.01. No, can't do math. That's $10.01 less. See, he took all the burden off of you. All right, listen, Bubba Joe. After the podcast earlier, there were some questions raised. Okay, there were some questions raised about the about some of the stuff that Ripper and I were discussing. And obviously, he is going to end up being right. I'm sure of it, but we're going to tinker with it tonight as well. Also, in addition to that, I felt like we could spend 2 hours doing nothing but armadas. I thought that would be a fun time. And
sure.
Just kidding. No, not doing that.
What?
Instead, we're going to spend 2.5 hours, grinding board probes. We could do that as well. I'm kidding. Actually, we have something exciting for you here tonight, Bubba Joe. I'm going to show you, if you guys can see on the screen here. You guys, yep, okay, we're good. You got the screen. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here in my event store here so far, Bubba. I've got 283,000 Talon Darsic, and I am going, that's right, we're going to data mine. We're going to data mine for 2 hours. No, I got 283,000 Talon Darsic, and I am going to let Bubba Joe spend it for me. Okay? I'm going to let him spend it for me. As a matter of fact, I even told him that I would buy another loot pack here tonight on stream. I'm going to buy another loot pack. So he will have 400,000 event store loot to spend for me tonight. Now, I told him, all right, we're going to do a quick inventory, Bubba Joe. We're going to check out the officers that are available. All right. Yep. By the way, I have veto power. For sure, I have veto power.
Oh.
I have veto power, all right? But I did tell him that I was going to show him the officers that I had available. I'm going to have him. He knows I love PvP, so we're going to take a look at some of those PvP officers. But I told him that this is what I want to focus on. This is what I really, really want to get. And you guys have seen this before. Let me pull up. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, where is it? I'm going to show you what my progress looks like here so far. Here we go. Bubba Joe, I'm going to bring this over if you guys can see. I hope you guys can see it okay. All right, I'll blow it up here a little bit. Here is kind of where I've been trying to keep up with what I'm doing with ATAs. I know this all looks very weird. You guys may recognize this part of the chart because I published and gave this to you guys, all right? But what I've kind of implemented for myself over here are some of the assignments, Bubba Joe, that I find myself wanting to focus on. Now, earlier this week, I think it was, Bubba Joe, I told you that I had accomplished something kind of awesome, all right? I have not seen this before, but during the Picard auction that we had this month, I pressed the button on over to Ops 44. Okay, I went ahead and got Ops 44, which is super cool. I'm excited about that. But what I did not expect, Bubba Joe, is that over here, I hear you guys talking about it all the time. Over here in my away team store, you can see I've not put a huge amount of credit. I haven't put a huge amount of priority into ATA credits. I mean, I've got some because I'm doing the assignments, Bubba Joe, but I haven't put a ton of effort here until this showed up for me when I hit Ops 44. Now, I've told you I've got 1 billion Romulan reputation. This is my first G4 ship goal, the Pylum, the Romulan Pylum. So I am super excited that this showed up in my away team store. But the problem with this, Bubba Joe, these are not cheap. I think it's 4,100 ATA credits for one blueprint. Okay, and it gets even more if I do more. So I've just been doing one a day. That's what I've been doing. I've just been doing one a day. But I now obviously am going to have to spend some time. Bubba Joe, if I've been accumulating ATA credits since what? October? No, it was earlier than that. It was earlier than that, right? It was ARC 5. September.
It was. Oh yes, September. Yes.
So September. Okay. Well, Matthew says the away team store is reputation based. No, not entirely. There's still obviously an ops component because I hit 1 billion. The Pylum still wasn't here. Okay. The Pylum still wasn't here. It didn't. It wasn't here when I was 41 or 42 or even 43. Then I hit 44. This puppy shows up. So I'm super excited about this, and it is. It's on a 24-hour cooldown, Karthak. I buy one blueprint a day. Now, it takes 350, Bubba Joe. It's going to take me a while to get there. But the reason that I'm excited about this is because this is going to save me Romulan faction credits, all right? And I've been saving Romulan faction credits. Captain Mark, thank you for your super chat. He got me. See, there we are. We're at the $100 goal. All right, now we just need to raise $30 more because fees from YouTube. YouTube's going to take their fees. So anywho, Daniel says, see, there you go. It wasn't about rep for me. Daniel says, the Pylum shows up at 280 million rep, Bubba Joe, but it does require Ops 44. Well, I just hit 44. Rep wasn't the problem. It was Ops. All right, so I've got this now, but Bubba Joe, I have nothing as far as traits lined up for ATA credits. I mean, I'm obviously getting some, right? Here's the data assignment right here. So I'm getting a few, looks like 790 every time I run this assignment, okay? But that doesn't come up very often. Data doesn't show up super often, all right? I was not ever running Lead Expedition. I had no traits. I got nothing in Nero. I got nothing in Pan. I wasn't doing any of these, all right? I was trying to do some with the Borg Tribble, okay? So I'm getting 700 there. So as you can see, what's happening here, Bubba Joe, is I'm only getting them in 792 chunks of 792. All right? Well, That's not going to cut it when I need 4,150 a day. This assignment right here, the one for Nero and Pan, Lead Expedition, an uncommon that only takes 1 day, Bubba Joe, that has a critical chance at 5,100. I mean, this is going to be massively important. And really, truthfully, Bubba Joe, I kind of need to hit this every single day, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, really, if I want to keep on my pace, I got to hit this every single day. Well, there's no way I'm going to crit on this every single day. I need traits. Now, you can see over here, I had originally put together a plan. My plan had Sharvanik and Carol and Gorkon here because I was going to start working on faction credits, Bubba Joe. Ooh, but now that I can buy Pylum BPs, goodness gracious, Nero and Pan just had to jump up here to the top of the list. Now you can see I'm working on 10 of 10 right now. As a matter of fact, I can bring the game up here, and I'll show you 10 of 10, Bubba Joe, where I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I only want to spend 10,000 more trait right here. Okay, my goal was to get to level 4. All right, that's what you can see. That's my goal. That's where I have calculated my break-even. Now, Bubba Joe disagrees with me. He thinks, Bubba, you're taking your tier 3s to max, right? Are you taking them, like, all the way up?
I am. Woo! But I'm bringing them all up together. So So I've been prioritizing the Rainbow ATAs because I can get their percentages to 100%, as opposed to the legacy ones that only get up to 60 or 80%.
Right.
And so for those crew, I've got most of them to tier 6. So I'm working on tier 7 for them right now.
Wow. Well, I have only these officers that are done. All right. So clearly I have not acquired a ton of trade XP. All right. I've got these these 3 epic officers to tier 3 level 4, and I've got TOS Sulu maxed at tier 2.
So
that's all I've done.
So you have Nero and Pan. Who's going to be your third to get that other skill?
So you'll notice here it's red. Impulsive is what I'm missing. These are color coded. So Nero is going to get me these 2 in Minor and Intimidating. Pan is going to get me Survivor. Impulsive.
I think you have the option of Kirk, or Riker.
You are correct. Here's what I can do for the other 3: Kirk, or Burnham. Okay, Kirk, or
it's Burnham, not Riker. That's
now,
right. Riker's a
Bubba Joe, ain't gonna lie. I had considered not chasing the 4th trait because I can get. Because I am trying to diversify my trade XP a little bit, mainly because I haven't up to this point been ready to spend on it. However, we've got a whole lot available right now. All right, way more available than I would have expected, which is why I told you I am willing to buy a loot pack, because trait XP to me feels like one of the best things in this entire store. All right. Now, we come up, let's take a look inside the pack store, because someone told me the other day, why don't you just buy this pack? And I am also kind of considering that, Bubba Joe. If I'm willing to spend $100, then should I not just buy this pack?
Well, I would buy the other pack.
You would what?
I would buy the other pack that's here this week.
Are you referring to the ion particle?
No.
Yeah, because I'm not feeling super hot on that. I know a lot of people are kind of hot on that. I'm not feeling hot on that.
Find the picture of the most limited officer in the game and click on that pack.
This one? The Picard pack? Oh. Ooh. See, I kind of missed this. So this one looks good.
So you get a little bit less trade XP. I think the other gave you 60, so you lose a little bit there. You get ultra tokens, you get 20 epic shards, you get some materials, and you get ATA speed ups.
You know what? Glad you told me about this, because
is this a revised version of your garbage pack that you?
Maybe they heard me railing on it and they said, "Okay, DJ's fine. We're going to give you a slightly better garbage can pack." No, this one is interesting. All right, so let's compare. We got 18,000 ultras and 90,000 lat. Coming back to this pack here. So yeah, it's 13,000 less trade XP. But man, look at the ultra count difference there. All the materials. Yeah, Bubba Joe. Yeah, Bubba Joe. All right, and 40,000 latinum, which is not, that's cool, but not like the end of the world. I can grind latinum. So yeah. So now the other pack that I was considering, and Bubba Joe, maybe this is still something that we should look at, because it is going to depend on how far I want to take my rare officers tonight. Okay?
Yep.
Now, I was thinking about this, Bubba Joe, and I was thinking, which ones do I actually want to focus on? All right? Because we take a look. I am not going to invest anything into Sela. I'm not going to invest anything into Worf. All right? I can't 60. It's almost 400,000 loot just to tier up Honor Guard Worf, which, by the way, wouldn't necessarily be not worth it for some of you guys considering that. But that's a lot of loot for just one tier, and I'm not sure, especially now that he has a loop. Might be a long-term loop, Bubba Joe, but you know how I feel about event stores and accessibility. So then I take a look at these three guys right here. Tomalak, Gowron, and Martok. Now, Tomalak first. Tomahawk first is increasing damage, anti-Klingon, okay? Increasing damage against Klingon targets by 25% of crew attack. He is basically a Myrick or a Krell for Klingons, okay? Which is cool. That's cool. I don't know if it's exactly what I want to do. All right. Then we take a look at Galron. We talked about the Galron effect earlier. Galron is anti-Marcus. Galron is anti-Marcus. So he is going to eventually tier up, and I have him, Bubba Joe. It looks like I have him at, what is this, is this tier 2, tier 1? No, that's tier 1, right? I don't even know. Hang on. Let me.
What level? How much?
I need 105 shards to the next tier. So what is he at right now?
Well, that's going to tier 3.
So I have him at tier 2. All right, let's pull up STFC. Sorry for the bright light. STFC.space. Let's pull it up. Go into dark mode. All right. And let's take a look at Galron. So yeah, I've got him to tier 2 already, Bubba Joe, just through like events and so forth and so on. So if I take a look, I'm going to need. We should probably write this down. Bubba Joe, you're spending tonight, okay? So I'm not going to write anything down. It's all you, baby. Okay?
Oh, man, you're going to make me do homework?
Yep. All
He
right.
tricked you.
If I was going to go to tier 3 on this officer, then it's going to cost 168,000 loot. If I want to take him to tier 3, all right? But he is the anti-Marcus. So I asked myself, how many times am I facing a Marcus? The answer is quite a lot. Quite a lot. As a matter of fact, ask yourself, how many times do you see Marcus, Charvanik, or Kang coming at you? Well, I own an Enterprise. I own an Augur. I do not own a D4. Well, I do, but it's only tier 2. It's not been a priority for me. So
well, and not only do you have an Enterprise, let's think about some of the PvP events that they've thrown at us recently.
Well, yeah, people come at me with Marcus because I have an Enterprise.
Well, no, but like the fixed PvPs that they've decided that they've run in recent arcs with Discovery.
Yeah, you come at me with a Discovery now.
Right,
Well,
exactly. You come up with the Discovery, and I can use I can use Gowron to help defend against that, because we talked about when that event was running how the most important officer for that setup was Marcus. Yep,
absolutely. So Gowron feels like he could be pretty daggone important. Okay, but he better be 168,000 to get him to tier 3. And if I wanted to get absolutely bonkers, I don't think I could afford to get him to tier 4. What was it? 140. What did I tell you a minute ago? 168,000 to get to tier 3. So
it's like another
I don't
300,000.
Yeah, I don't have enough to get him to tier 4. Okay, not unless I bought 2
295,000 or something.
Well, it'll be 290,000 to get tier 4, and minus the shards that I've already got, it's going to be 168,000 to get him to tier 3. So we don't have enough to get him to tier 4, but tier 3 still that's an 800% ability. Okay, 800% ability. So that's not terrible.
Before we decide, just out of curiosity, how are your Ultra Recruit tokens?
So interesting that you should ask. All right. I have not yet completed this event. I was holding on this event for this here tonight. I've only done this through native stuff, okay? I've only done this through native stuff. So I haven't finished this yet, which means that I do, in fact, have some recruit chests that we could dump in here tonight. All right?
You didn't win the card auction to auto-complete it?
No. Scores,
okay.
scores got a little high. Okay, I don't know. Might have had something to do. I mean, I jumped an entire ops in G4. Okay, like that wasn't cheap, but people got less cheap than me. Okay, people went out. But yeah, we got this special chest over here. And Bubba Joe, when did I spend 100,000 ultras on screen? When did I spend myself to 0?
About a month ago.
About a month. All right, I've got 50,000 here, so right on pace. We actually said it would be a little less than 2 months, I believe, but nonetheless, I've got 50,000 that I could blow right here. So what are you saying? Are you saying that I should spend in here? I mean, it is a 2x. What's KVR? Klingon versus Romulan?
Yep.
So I scroll to the bottom and look here.
There's chances to get Gowron and Martok in there.
Gowron,
like
Martok,
Exactly.
Tomalak, even 4 of 11, 11 of 11, 3 of 11. I did spend loot on 3 of 11. All right. I did.
So if you're thinking you might go with the officers, you might spend your ultra recruit credits as much as you want, or as down as far as you want. And so maybe what that means is you need to save some loot for later, and you can we'll spend some tonight, and then maybe you dump your ultras into this before this chest goes away, and then spend the rest of your loot.
Well, why don't we just spend all of our chest stuff now?
Well, that works for me.
I have an event that I haven't finished yet. I've got a recruiting event over here that's even going to pay me more loot. All right, let's take a quick peek again. I haven't finished. Now, I mean, there's not like a ton in here or anything, but where was it? Right here, recruit officers. Haven't finished it yet. So I got another 6,000 loot coming. Woo! And 3,000 trade XP. Hot dog. All right.
Look at that.
So, okay, let's go recruit. Let's stop jibber-jabbering. Let's actually do something. These people wanted to see me open some chests. Let's do it. So this is the one we want right here, the one with Tomalak, Gowron, and Martok. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, see, I just opened it. Oh, but you know what? I at least got to finish the SMS. Retrieving reminds me that there's a ranked SLB tomorrow, so maybe I shouldn't blow all of them. Is that what you're saying? Man, I wanted to spend a bunch of stuff tonight.
Well, we will.
All right, 4 of 11. I like that. Okay, got a shard there. Merrick, okay. There's a Tomalak. All right, cool. Okay, Sela. And an 11-11. Hey! Jackpot! Got a Wesley Crusher. All right. So let's open another one. Let's see what else we got here. All right, there's a Kang.
Best officer in the game.
And 11 of 11. All right, the rest of it went to transporter patterns. So uneventful there. Let's see what else we get in the next one. I won't forget about Parabellum. Thank you. I got to do my daily still, so I'll do that. 3 of 11. Come on, give me the good ones. Give me the ones I need.
That was 3 of 11 with a lot of makeup.
Yeah. All right, didn't get any special officers there. Let's see what else we got. This is my last one. Avix, all right. Yeah, super pumped about that. Boy, it's liking Sela. Getting a lot of Sela. There's a Curon. Okay, I'm fine. I don't have that one done. I'll never turn down DuPont shards. Man, I did not get a single. Oh, I still have one more. I did not get a single Gowron Martok or the other guy. What's his face?
You got a Tomahawk on the first pull.
Oh, it's liking Sela. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be complaining about epic shards, but man, I've gotten like 10 Sela here. All right. So that's it. That didn't work. Now, I bet that probably finished my event. Are you suggesting that I save the rest for tomorrow? Listen, I'm not wildly crazy concerned about that SLB tomorrow. I don't mind to spend for you guys. That's a part of the gig. It's a part of the role. I might spend here a little bit just for some entertainment purposes, and I might, not be worried about tomorrow because
now that your ultra's all primed up, ready for a big pull, like a slot machine, you
got 320,000 Fed credits and 360. I mean, I'm still kind of sitting kind of juicy for tomorrow. I could do that, but so how far do we want to take this tonight, Bubba Joe? Because I really did want to spend some loot on screen.
Okay, well let's.
You're in charge. You're driving.
Okay. Well, let's spend 20,000 ultra recruit.
20,000. Okay, counting the 4 we've already done, or 20,000 more.
No, that was a demonstration.
Okay, 20,000. Here we go. All right. Checking out the chat while we're waiting for the chest to load. Jamming says, "Is Jayla, Bubba Joe? Is Jayla really important? I need to choose between Jayla or a second Meridian and refit." All right, now. Jamming, here's the question. Are you saying a second Meridian refit or like a second ship and the refit? Because remember, you don't have to buy more than one refit, okay? Just buy one of the cosmetic, the skin. You only need one of those, and then it's going to apply to all of your Meridians. So are you talking about buying a second ship and then also the skin? All right. Or are you talking unlocking Jayla? Because I am going to say that that's a tough one. A lot of people are saying go with the ship and the refit over Jayla. I think that depends slightly.
What ops level is the question I would ask? Because if you're ops, if you're in your high 30s, I think the Meridian is going to give you a little bit more value. If you are in your 40s and are able to start really taking advantage of the biotics, I think Jayla is absolutely necessary. If you don't have her yet, you absolutely need her.
But the refit isn't as necessary if she's at that lower so go for the ship and Jayla, drop the refit.
Okay, Ops 43, and you don't have Jayla, you need Jayla. Jayla's going to open up a whole new world for you. You've already got a Meridian. You've already got a Meridian. If you can get Jayla and the refit, that's what I would do. What do you disagree, DJ? I'm willing to be wrong, or I think we should offer lots of opinions.
If she doesn't have the second Meridian, she doesn't need the refit.
That's true. The second, I don't know if I'm going to say that's true. I don't take my second Meridian out a ton. I always have one. I don't take the second one out as often as I probably should. At Ops 43, though, at Ops 43, you have a ton of research that takes that emulsion. I mean, anything you can do to get more emulsion. But, man, Jayla's good, too. I don't know. Okay.
So, Steven Zarin brings up a really good point. Did you just see that?
Yeah, he says it's easier to get another Meridian. When have we seen Jayla available? And that's true. We haven't seen Jayla in 9 months.
Unless you want to spend some rare directives for a chance.
Spend rare directives on swarm armadas as opposed to where they really get their value on regular armadas. I mean, I get it. Like that's the path, but I really think I think Jayla.
See, I've had Jayla. I've used Jayla for a while. So how important is Jayla at Ops 43 and 44? Like, can you do those swarm with Pike Moreau Talon?
Not as effectively as you can do them with Jayla.
Effectively, though. Like, Ripper was on the stage here not long ago saying that what you actually picked up from the hostiles was really not that important. Like, the loot bonus, he says, is not important. He was just worried about the kills just to do the daily. So can Pike Moreau Talon carry you through Swarm 43, 44, 45, and 46?
Maybe through 43, maybe through 44. But when you get to the 46, 47s and those, you absolutely are going to need the extra shots. Like, the whole idea of the Franklin A is the ship bonus, right? So as you tear up the Franklin A, you get to do the ship bonus is giving you lots and lots and lots of extra damage. So as many shots as you can get with that extra damage, that's where the benefit lies.
But he's Ops 43. So 47's a long way off. I feel like you can do a lot of research with the Meridian before you get to Ops 47. You know, and again, I like Carthax says define effectively. I don't personally care if it takes me even 3 trips to do that daily. You know what I'm saying? If I can get that daily done. And don't forget, you don't have to do all 25 hostiles up there. You only need like 6 of the biggest one. You can come down and hit smaller ones after that. So hang on. Let me get through this, and I want to look at, you know what? I bet I'm not going to see. You know what? We'll see our dailies reset here in about 15 minutes, and we'll take a look. So hold on that thought, okay? Hold on that thought, and we'll come back to that here in just a minute, because I don't even mind to do a Swarm daily on camera, but I don't think – let me see here. No, wrong one.
You got a lucky check off, just in case you missed that.
It wasn't 2. It wasn't 2, Mark. It was just 1. That's the display glitch that we are so fond of. It's the display glitch that we're so fond of here. Ooh, your merits of honor.
So happy.
No lead expedition, which stinky. Actually, that's not the one I wanted. Which is the forum trade agreement? No, lead expedition. That's the double ATA. So I didn't get that, but we'll do this back here in a minute. Listen, in 15 minutes we'll come back, okay? And I'll show you because you don't. I still think that you will be fine without Jayla. I think the Meridian is going to give you more short-term benefit. Now, Bubba Joe's right. Eventually, you're going to have her. Eventually. And I don't know how often Steven Zarin's right about that. I don't know how often that path is going to present. But I think that the Meridian is going to give you more real everyday benefit. But that's a tough one. That's something you're going to have to answer for yourself because Steven Zarin's right. It might be another year before we see Jayla again. It's very possible. So, I don't know. Mr. Bird in the chat writes, would you tier Jayla if you could? Here's the thing. If you're close enough, sure. If you're close enough, if you're not going to have to spend 300,000 loot to get her a tier, then sure. But I don't think that it's worth that much loot. Do you, Bubba Joe?
No. Like if you were, and I would say the limit is for me, the limit is probably like 10 shards or less is all I'd want to try and get her because the epic officers are so expensive in the event store. And I get it.
Are.
They're supposed to be more expensive because they're harder to get, but I just have a hard time justifying that cost for an epic officer. So
if I recall correctly, the quests up until the point left me 13 shards short when I hit this point where I could start buying her.
You know what? I just noticed that this graphic is wrong. Now I see what you were saying a minute ago, Bubba. Like your makeup at one point. I didn't get that. Has anyone ever actually taken the time to look at this chick's haircut? Like, this is crooked. Look at the center of her hairline right here, and this eyebrow, as compared to this eyebrow and this extra forehead. Like that's not symmetrical.
Maybe she's making a fashion statement.
Vulcans don't do that.
She's trying to hide her implants. Leave her alone. She's doing a good job hiding her implants.
All right. So there's
that's what happens when you get your hair cut at Supercuts.
Supercuts. Jeez.
Gowron.
Oh.
Do they have Supercuts on Romulus Street?
Hey, you got a Gowron shard. Nice.
I did. That's like one of the first
Super Romulan cuts.
So some people in the chat, in the YouTube chat, are asking, what do you use Jayla for? So you use Jayla for the swarms. You want her ability, her officer ability, so she doesn't need to be in the captain's chair, although when you get to the point where you can put her in the captain's chair, extra loot is good. But you want her for the officer ability to give you extra shots on your Franklin or Franklin A, usually the Franklin A. You don't typically need it on the Franklin. And then what you want to do is you want to maximize defense and or increasing her ability. So lots of people will go Pike Moreau Jayla to give you extra shots, like you can bump up her ability, or you can go 5 Jayla and say someone like Kang to get piercing, and Jayla and 5 gives you mitigation. Or if you have a high enough tier Beverly, you can go Beverly, Kang, and Jayla to be able to really maximize. That's the crew that I typically use when I do swarms, which is really just one day a week. Is I use Beverly. Now again, I have my Beverly is maxed. So her percentage is a little bit better than 5's as far as mitigation. And then obviously Kang and Jayla. And that is very effective against the swarms.
See, now I don't use any of those. I use those officers. But I do it in a different style. I use Jayla as captain with Beverly and Kang on the sides. That way I'm getting loot and shots. Kang's helping with my piercing. And Beverly's doing my mitigation. Now, we did have this conversation on the podcast the other day, Bubba Joe. I said, why do you need shields? You're talking about Beverly for shields. I don't lose shields yet against my swarm. So, for me, I don't need Beverly in the captain's chair. So, I'm running Jayla there so I can get loot and shots. All right?
Yep. And there's definitely ranks for your ship. So look at whether you're losing your shields. If you're not losing your shields, then you're right. All you want is the mitigation, and you can move Beverly off to the side. You want Kang for the piercing, which is very, very good. But yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if you're not losing shields, take advantage. If at the end of the battle you have 1% shields left, that's all you really need. You don't have, and they'll regenerate for free. It's not like your hull damage that stays until you go and repair. So if you can maximize and you don't need Beverly to be regenerating your shields, don't. Higher level swarms you're going to need to, but if you're at a point where you're like, nah, I'm not, my shields aren't dropping, then you don't need Beverly to regenerate them during the battle because whatever you take during the battle is going to come back.
Truth. There you go. Karthak says, what do you think is a high enough Beverly? 250%? Yeah, I think Beverly's effective at tier 2. I think anything beyond that is just glory. Okay? But Beverly is effective at tier 2.
Comes down to your underdeck stats.
Especially if you've got good underdeck stats, yeah.
She's super sexy at tier 5.
She is sexy at tier 5. Never thought I'd say that about Beverly Crusher. But
The doctor,
are you
she
more-
knows things.
I was going to say, are you more of a Pulaski fan?
No.
I'm not. But
No.
I never really thought Gates McFadden was super hot either. I mean, not that she's ugly or anything. I mean, I was never like, she ain't Scarlett Johansson. You know
Hey,
what I'm
Wesley, can I come over and hang out at your house tonight?
Right?
She's experienced.
She's not Taylor Swift. Okay, just saying.
Yeah.
That's mine right there. Tay-Tay. All right. I don't even know how many Ultra recruits I've spent. Well, we had 50 when we started, so we'll be able to tell here in just a second because I've lost count. I've just been clicking while you were talking. Let's just see where we're at here. All right. I have picked up a few Gowron and Martox, which are good. Not, I feel like, enough, but we're getting a few. So
You might tear up your Riker here. You're getting a bunch of those, too.
I know. I only need 10 more. Okay, let's see. We started with 50, so I need to do one more full pull, and we'll be done here.
All right.
Okay, so there's 20,000 Ultras outside of an event. I am a terrible example. It's all for the funsies, all right? Don't do this outside of events, people.
For science.
Don't do this, okay? Don't do what I'm doing.
Martok, there you go.
Don't do what I'm doing. It's bad. All right. Oh, we still got more. Okay. Doing decently
Did
well
you
with
ever-
3 of 11. Go ahead.
Did you ever go back and play Limbo?
Yeah, I did play Limbo.
Oh, you did?
There's a
Okay.
live up. There's a live up on it.
I haven't played it since the last time we were on.
I thought my Beverly No, my Beverly's only tier 4. So I could do some work there. And, of course, I'm chipping away at 5 of 11. I need 1,000 shards of her.
Well, there's a package in the event store where you can get Beverly and the best officer in the game.
Oh yeah, it's a pair.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like better than half off.
Ooh, 2 Tamalaks. Yes.
Look at that.
Like it. Oh, my God. Oh, I could almost tear up Tasha Yar. So
Yay!
close. So close. Like, Sela has been very, very good in this chest here tonight. I've done very well with Sela.
Someone tapped their head 3 times.
I don't use
Lucky
her
pull, lucky pull, lucky pull.
of Tasha Yar. Yeah, I'm going, hey, look at there. I could tear up that officer that I will probably never tear up. Oh, come on.
Borg event.
Borg have good stats.
The Borg event, the interlude Borg event.
Yeah, I'll tear it up there.
Yep.
I'll tear it up there. Harrison doesn't do anything on Swarm, just as an FYI. All right, there we go. We're done, Bubba Joe. 20,000 in. All right, so now let's check out our officer counts again. And we will... We will spend loot on the remaining officer pieces at this point. I probably won't spend any Ultras tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Because I'll spend faction recruit tokens and hopefully place there. So we'll be... Because I don't want to go below 30. I'm going to hang on to that for a little while. Now...
That's fine.
So let's see. Tom Locke was still not the one that I wanted to focus on, but Now 50,000 loot gets him a tier up, so that's probably fine, right?
Yep.
Let's see, where was Tomalak? Tomalak, and I'm trying to get the 50, so that's tier 2. So 25 shards gets me to tier 2. That's 50,000 loot. All right, so maybe we could do that. Galron.
Right, I'm making notes. Tomalak, you need 25 shards. Galron, you now need 81.
Wow, didn't do very well. I need 79. 105 minus 26. I need 79.
Oh, I can't.
So I only got 7 from him because I needed 86 a little bit ago. So that's not good. I don't know, man. I don't know about Tomalak at tier 2. I'm kind of with Andar. Like, that's just weapons damage, and I don't know. Of course.
So who do you hit?
What, for hostiles?
Dailies. Yeah.
Romulans. Right now.
You're hitting Romulans? Okay.
Yeah.
So then Tomalak doesn't necessarily need to be a priority.
Besides, I'm not hitting 53s, so I'm still using Pike Moreau Chen and Picard Beverly.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not like
Challenge
you.
yourself.
No.
Challenge yourself.
No.
Try something new.
I'm grinding rep. All right. So 79 on Galron, which would cost 158,000 loot.
Make it harder on yourself on purpose.
Check Martok. Martok to get to tier 2 only needs 34 shards, which is 68,000 loot. So what was the first number? 68,000, and what was it for Galron?
158.
158,000. So there's 226,000. I'm showing 289, but I'll buy 120 tonight.
So how much? Well, hang on. How much trade XP would you like to get?
As much as I can possibly have. I mean, truthfully, if I did not learn my lesson with Harrison all those moons ago, I would spend everything on trade XP. But it would be irresponsible to not do officers. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Especially because because I like PvPing. All right, so
Hold
I feel
on.
like I know. Okay, fine. Here.
Why is the Picard and Riker offer still in your store?
I should get it because it'll be enough to promote Riker.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been the first one.
I was waiting. I was waiting a little while.
Are you sourcing Jean-Luc Picard some other way?
No. but I was waiting to see how it was going to all play out.
All right.
The arc ain't over, Baba Joe. Quit shaming me.
30,000 event store loot off the top. All right, there we go. That's the first thing we're doing.
I haven't bought either of them, so I could do 60.
All right.
I could.
Okay, but let's. How much?
But, I mean, look how many shards. Look at all of it.
I know.
So
as soon as I got 60,000 event store loot, I bought both of those. I said, doesn't matter what else I do this arc, I'm absolutely getting that package twice.
I already had Picard at tier 2, so I didn't need to buy that one.
He's tier 1 for me. All right, but now, so let me come back here for a second.
But before we decide, what's the trade XP conversion for you, right? So let's understand how much do we want to maybe, like, if we're going to prioritize an officer, then how much do we want to potentially leave for trade XP?
All right, I get for 30,000, I get 13,000 trade XP.
Okay.
All right, and I told you over here that I may not even take 10 of 10 to tier 4 tonight because I want to start on Nero so I can start on this assignment right here. Okay, so Nero would take 68,500 trade XP for me to do what I want to do, which 69,000, that would be 90,000. And if 90,000 loot, and if I was going to do Nero and Pan, that's 106,000 divided by 13,000. 8 times 30,000. So
are you sure you want to do Pan?
I feel like I should spend 240,000 on trade XP.
How often do you use Pan?
I never use Pan, but I will always use Pan on this assignment. Okay, I
thought you said you use him for your speed crew.
Oh yeah, I mean when I do that, but I don't use speed crew that often. I mean when I'm in
Okay,
defense, when I'm in defense, and I mean yeah, sure I do use it, but I also don't spend my away team's assignments speed ups down to 0 either. I mean
no, but there is a person that if you want to sacrifice a little bit in stats, you could switch instead of using Pan.
All right. So
it's an option.
Stats. That's Avix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about her, but Pan does do better stat wise, doesn't it? I mean, they're both rares. Okay. I don't want to use
I
Claw.
Avix because I use her less.
I don't want to use Claw because he's an uncommon. Okay. And this assignment, if I'm not mistaken, it is still subject to the bonus multiplier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't want to use an uncommon if I've got a rare. Pan is getting me Survivor. So let's see who else can do Survivor.
So I know you said you wanted to kind of skip out on the third trait. The third of
why
you've got two.
Why are you
you've
guys
got three.
talking about Claw? Claw doesn't do Survivor. It's Jayla, Avix, and Pan. Oh, you meant use Claw for Speed Crew. Yeah, no, I got you. What were you saying, Bubba Joe?
So I know you kind of wanted to bypass that last trait that you need there, and I know that it would cost a lot to get to where you actually have the trait that you need. But if you looked at what the stat that you need for this assignment is, and the two people that you're putting on it.
All right, so this is a defense. So let's look at Pan. Then we'll look at Avix. All right, Avix is right here. I've not done much with her. She's a health officer. Pan is an attack officer, so really neither one of them are any good for this assignment, to be perfectly frank.
Correct. How about Nero?
What do you mean, how about Nero? Nero goes on. He's an epic, and he satisfies 2 traits.
Is he a defense officer?
No, he's a health officer.
Okay. Now go look at the officers that can give you that last trait.
All right. So I need to find Impulsive, which is Tier 3.
Burn him.
Tier 3, Impulsive.
Burn him.
See, Kirk and TOS Kirk. I mean, both of those are always in use. Like, always.
But what are their stats?
I don't have Burnham nearly high enough. So both Kirk and TOS Kirk are both defensive officers.
Just bringing it up. Now, maybe at your level,
they're always in
Nero,
use.
I understand, but maybe at your level, Nero and Pan get you close enough that you can throw any defensive officer on there. What I have had to do, and of course, when traits came out, I was already Ops 50, so the deck was stacked against me a little bit, and we talked about that.
See, Burnham.
I had to use
Burnham
Kirk.
doesn't do it either.
I had to use Kirk to get there. I had to use a top defense officer because I'm already putting 2 non-defensive high officers just to be able to get to the 100%.
Sorry, is that a little bit better, John? I turned him down a little bit. Apparently, your audio is a little bit loud. Sorry. I know it's only a 1-day assignment, but I literally use Kirk every day. Now, I use Kirk more than TOS Kirk, but I also have Kirk maxed, and TOS Kirk is only Tier 2. So, I mean, look at the stat comparison. Oh, Lord. So I wish I had it up because I haven't tried to run that assignment since becoming Ops 44. What I have noticed, this one right here was harder. I used to be able to use Chang right here. I used Jordy, Mud, and Chang to get to my 100%. Chang didn't do it. It was only 97%. So the stat requirements have gone up, okay, at 44. So they have gone up. I definitely had to use Gorkon. Wasn't even a question for me to get my green bar here. So I feel like TOS Kirk is at a massive disadvantage as compared to regular Kirk.
So you want to know what I have to do for the data assignment?
Okay.
I use the same two you do because they obviously have all 4 stats. I use Mud and I use Jordy, right? Because that gives me all 4 traits.
Right.
And in that 3rd slot, I have to use Con and I have to use an attack exocomp to get it to turn green.
Woo. Woo. That makes me a little bit nauseous. But you're way higher than me. I'll never be a 53. Says the guy who said I would never have an Enterprise. Okay. Listen, maybe in a year and a half or 2.
So, but anyway, so that's what I'm saying. I'm just warning you. You might want to, before you decide where you want to spend your trade XP, and of course you should not. Why should you not spend your trade XP tonight?
Oh, I'm going to. But no one else should. No one else should. I don't play in leaderboards generally.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to.
Okay.
Probably. But nobody else should. Everybody else should wait for an event or a leaderboard before you spend your trade XP, especially given how valuable it was in the last event.
I would hate for you to have to for you to put trade XP into Nero and Pan and then find you have to put Kirk on there anyway just to get to 100%.
Man, you see this down here? You see this chart? Lots of planning went into this chart. So you don't think I should use Nero?
No, you have to use Nero. Nero has 2 of the traits.
So you're thinking Impulsive and Survivor come from Kirk. Oh, so you're saying I still got to use Pan?
You still have to use Nero and Pan. But I'm saying, so I think you need to wait until that pops.
Oh, well,
and I don't know if you have what.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So you're saying don't not invest in Nero. Listen, there's a white spot right here. I haven't filled it with anything yet. I might come back and do that later, but that's why it's red, because I don't have it satisfied just yet. All right?
Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with 60, 70, 80%. I don't need 100% out of these. Now, if I'm missing Impulsive, I'm still probably going to get 60, 70%, right? Ish?
54%.
Without
For the critical, yeah. Yeah, for the critical, you'll probably be in the, depending on what your tiers are for the others, you're going to be in the
only tier 4,
30 to 50%. So tier 4.
Oh man, you see the.
I got Euro,
so damn expensive.
Burnham, and Avex. I'm at 65% with Euro at intimidating. Is it tier 3?
Nero's tier 3.
Minor is tier 4. Survivor with Avex is tier 4. And Burnham is tier 7 with Impulsive. And that's giving me 65% crit chance.
Wow, you got a tier 7 on a tier 3, or level 7 on tier 3. Mahmood said, is this Excel spreadsheet available for download? Yeah, we did at one time. I can put it back out. I'll put a new link up after the show. But yeah, we have it. And I even have a public version. It doesn't have all my chicken scratches on it. So yeah, I've got it. I do have one. Dragon says, I put a picture in the chat. Where's your picture in the chat, Dragon? Here you go. Okay, Dragon has... Oh, you're going to do exactly what I'm doing. So if you do 4 of everything, that's 62. So if I skip Impulsive, I'm going to be even lower than that.
I'll paste mine in chat too.
I'm going to have to put Kirk in there, aren't I? Oh, God. That's another 68,000 trade XP I didn't want to spend.
So here's the question yet. So this is what, so now do not take this as critique of the event store, but this is the conundrum every player has to consider because the event store is so good.
I know.
Right? Trade XP, officers, syndicate XP. Like, there are so many things that are worth the Picard option, right? Why I teased you because you haven't bought the Picard option, right? There are so many things worth spending, event store loot in this event store. It's fantastic, but it puts you into these situations like, I want to spend 5 million event store loot. And obviously, you're not going to have that much.
Give me 5 million of it. All right. Scopely, you hear that? I need, for scientific research purposes, I need 5 million loot. All right.
I want to do a YouTube video and show people where they can spend all this event store loot, and I need 5 million to show them the example.
You got it. Real quick, coming back to this Jayla example for the Ops 43. All right, for the Ops 43, when you come in, you have only one daily that's going to require you to actually hit level 43 swarm, and it's only going to require 7 hostiles. Okay? If you can do your current level with 7 hostiles with Pike Moreau Talon, do those 7 and get out, because everything else you can do with 35 or lower. All right? And Ripper has said, and I've checked out his math, it's pretty decent. He's pretty daggone smart. Okay? The drops from the hostiles are literally nothing in comparison to what you get here within the daily. Okay? So don't worry about farming the Mark II modulators, okay? Go up, do your 7. If you can do 7 with Pike Moreau Talon, I still maintain that you pass on Jayla and do the Meridian. I think the Meridian is going to give you more real benefit every single day than Jayla will, all right? Because Jayla is just going to make this 7 hostiles right here easier to do. But you only need 7, folks. You only need 7. All right? And Rockstar says, so Jayla isn't worth it then, even the bonus loot isn't worth it. I mean, I come home, if I do an entire haul of the 44s, I come home with like 1,600 or 1,800 free Mark IIs. Okay, now it's not small, but I'm getting 17,000 out of that daily, and another 4. I'm getting 21,000. So I don't think I'm missing the 1,800. And further, the longer you do this, all right, depends on how quickly you progress. But the longer you do this, the dailies, they're going to add up. I am a tier 5 right now. All right, and I can upgrade, but I am still, even at tier 5, completely handling my dailies, and I have 1.3 million Mark IIs. That's just from dailies. So the loot bonus, to me, is not as important. Now, I've been doing this a while. I've been doing this 9 months, Bubba Joe. I've been doing it since Franklin came out. I got it in April. All right, so I've been doing this. I've been doing my daily every single day since April. I now have 1.3 million Mark IIs. You're going to get to that point too, unless you just speed through the 40s. All right? And as you can see, I mean, I can upgrade this thing, but I do my entire set of dailies on one haul right now, even at 44. So it's not worth upgrading right now. If I can do it on one haul, I'm good. So I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe the Meridian.
How many do you kill with Pike Moreau Talon?
I don't know. You want me to send it up there and find out?
Yeah.
Okay. Crap. Hit the wrong button. All right. Okay. Moreau. And
it's always good when the host goes crap.
And Telon. Where you at, girlie? There he is. All right. Now we're going to get our bonuses because we need the bonuses. Whoops. Need to keep that one. There we go. All right. Remember, none of these 3 officers depend on statistics, so all you got to do is hit the bonus. Okay? All you got to do is hit the bonus. Why do I not do a Swarmata, Scotty? Because that costs rare directives. And I don't like to spend rare directives. What I will spend, for the sake of time tonight, is some jump juice for you.
Look at you.
Well, I mean, I'm getting ready to spend all my trade XP outside of an event, which is horribly stupid. So dumb, but we'll
for science.
Actually, I might be chickening out on that. I might be wanting to hang on to it. I don't know. We'll see. Haven't decided. All right. So we're going to jump juice. All the way up here. All right. So are we going to count them? Are we going to count them like a studio audience? 1 swarm hostile cluster.
No.
2 swarm clusters. It's like the count. No, I am limiting myself to 1 pack on the air, okay? Just 1. That's all I'm doing. It would be, just 1. Okay, here we go. Pike Moreau Talon. We got it. Let's do it. Okay, remember, all I need is 7. I'm a tier 5 hitting 44s. Okay, all I need is 7. Thank you. Yes, Retrieving recognized it. Come on. I could go all night. All right, I bet you I can get at least 20 on this setup. So again,
okay.
Me personally, I just feel like the Meridian is going to give you more. If you're on a budget, okay, if you can't do it all, then I think that the Meridian is going to get you more benefit every single day than what it's going to cost you in titanium and time. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Okay.
Bubba Joe, talk for a second. I got to change batteries.
All right. So it's the cost of doing 2 shows in one day. So I really think, again, like a lot of the things when we've talked about the event store, it's about player choice and what you prioritize. DJ is kind of making the case, and it's a good case that you can get there without Jayla. You can do what you need to do. Steven Zarin brought up a very, very valid point. Jayla is much harder to come by than a second Meridian, right? So the Meridian gets offered every so often. Obviously, the Meridian is the newer thing. They are promoting being in territories, getting isogen. So obviously that's a high priority. The skin is not going to come along so often. So that was kind of why I was wondering if you could get Jayla and the skin, and then maybe you can pick up the second Meridian down the road. DJ brought up a good point. If you have the skin, you don't necessarily need the you need the second Meridian to get enough isogen to be able to refine with the extra skin, with the extra refines with the skin. So that's an entirely valid point too. But for me, if I didn't have Jayla, and I get that this is good, but if I was thinking I might be advancing before the next time Jayla might be offered, which for all we know might be the next event store, 3, 4, 5 months down the road, how much advancement are you going to do? Take into consideration that there's so much resources and materials being given out in the 30 to 40 range that you are going to be able to advance faster and easier than people that were doing this a year ago, right? So, you might think, I was never going to get to 46, and you might be 46 in a couple of months. Like you might be able to make that jump, right? So it really is what you think is more important. To me, I value officers. If I didn't have Jayla, I would want Jayla just because I hate looking at the officer I don't have. Tal drives me nuts in that regard.
Tal, looking at you, Tal.
I'm looking at Tal.
And we spent a year and a half. A year and a half seeing her in the opposite.
Exactly. Jayla's the same. We looked at Jayla forever before she came out, and so I don't think you can go wrong. I think that both of those options provide a path forward. I can't tell you anything more. I think it's just whatever you find to be more valuable.
That is true. One of the greatest things, as Bubba Joe pointed out earlier, about this store is that there's no one size fits all, which is very unusual for an event store. Okay, that's never really been the case. So whatever it is that makes you happy, no one can really decide what's going to do better for you. I mean, Bubba Joe and I have given you 2 very different opinions here. Sorry, we can't help more. You're just going to have to do what feels right to you. But I do want to point out, with Pike Moreau and Talon, all right, I have now finished my big daily. Okay, right here it is, the level 44. I've finished my big daily, done with it. Okay, all the other dailies I have left, level 32, level 32, level 15, and level 35. Okay, and really, of the level 35, I only need 2 more. Then I could do everything else on 32s. Now, I'm not going to fly all around. I'm going to go to the 35 system, and I'm going to finish this entire set. Because if I go to the level 35 system, I only need 15 more. I need 15 level 35s, and I'm done with 5 swarm dailies. And I did that with Pike Marotala. Huh?
Why don't you go to the 39s and then you're still getting Mark 2s?
Because I'm getting like 600, and I don't care that much. I'd rather save the trite. Okay, like the biotics are the big thing, right? And those pay out resources, so why waste it? All right, 600 biotics is not making my journey any faster when I need tens of thousands. You know what I'm saying? One day's daily. Look, 17,000. Even on the other daily, it's 4,200. 600 extras are not changing the meter. Now, of course, it's changing it a little bit. Okay, 600 a day, it adds up. But Mark, weren't you the one that told me that it would take an entire year to earn? Let's see. If I could get, let's say I could even get 1,000 a day. 1,000 a day, right? 365,000 a year
of loot.
I'm Mark
getting
2s.
With Jayla, I'm getting about 12 to 1,300 Mark 2s.
I'm getting about 1,600-1,800. All right, I'm getting about 1,600-1,800. But here, let's show something. There's no efficiency on this ship yet. Okay, so I'm tier 5. Let's see what it takes to go to tier 6. Oops, take off the range. Okay, I'm tier 5 now. To do tier 6, it would take 610,000. So, Stevens Aaron, I can spend 2 years picking them up from the hostels, or I can just do it with dailies at about 20,000.
Well, you're getting them with dailies anyway, so you're just kind of getting that little bit of extra on the top, I guess.
On the other hand, I'm saving myself about 3 million trite every single day. If I destroy it, it costs me maybe 3.5 million trite. If I do 7 hostiles with it and then take no damage against the 35s, I spend less than 1 million trite, saving me 2 to 2.5 million trite every single day. Yeah. Now, trite may not be a big deal, but at 38, 39, 40, 2.5 million trite you're starting to, that's new to you. Your enterprise costs 200,000.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah. All right. So now, if you're Baba Joe, 2.5 million trite don't mean nothing. But at 38, 39, 2 million trite, 3 million trite, you're just now starting to get used to using your jelly, which is costing 3-4 million trite to repair. Just saying, trite starts to become a little bit of a concern.
But I will say that's why using Jayla is handy, because you're doing more shots, you're killing it faster, so you're going to get less damage anyway.
Yeah. Maybe. But if you warp up here 13 minutes, are you going to kill your ship, or are you just going to do what you need to do and go home?
Oh, I only do what I need to and go home. Okay. Always.
Maybe.
I don't kill my ship.
Again, depends on your play style and how you want to approach this. I
end up killing my ship.
I used to end up killing my ship too. I wasn't going to fly 28 minutes. It's a 14-minute flight up, 14 minutes back. I ain't doing that. I'm going to kill that ship. I'm stressing out about the fact that I got to come back.
Yeah. See, this is what the other thing that I posted to my alliance about this crew was, it's a secondary crew. It means you freeze up Pike and Moreau and Picard and Beverly, for other things,
True. It can, if you want to do those things simultaneously. I typically do not. Now, I will. I'll tell you why I don't. Me personally, the reason why I don't is because I also have to do my dailies in a capital city. So I need Pike and Moreau and Picard and Beverly when I go to a capital city. So I still do my swarm alone. Now, you may not be. You may be able to use Pike, Moreau, Chen or use Picard Beverly Chen to do your normal dailies outside of a capital system, and then use Pike Road Talon to come up here.
I also have to do.
So there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, and Bubba Joe's exactly right.
Yeah.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer here.
A lot of ways to skin a cat.
That's right. Don't talk about me like that. Sandcoffin says, so DJ, after officers, you getting all the trade XP you can? Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so DJ,
Yeah.
let's talk about trade XP. So you said you were going to buy a pack so you could spend event store loot in the event store. So let's take one more look at what you get trade XP wise from the event store.
30,000 for 13,000. So,
Okay, so what is so if you were to buy a pack and spend it all on trade XP,
52,000.
Okay,
The reason that I thought about doing that, though, there is one small reason. All right,
Okay.
and you're right. If I look at this pack, it's the exact same amount of trade XP. Exactly. So now I'm going to compare, Bubba Joe. If the trade XP is exactly the same, then now I'm comparing my sub materials. Okay, I'm comparing. Yeah, I was doing a 30,000 pull, Philip. So 13,000 for 30,000 loot is what I was doing, because we had already done a multiplier by 10, then times 4. Anyway, 13,000 for 30,000 loot. So now, Bubba Joe, if the trade XP is exactly the same, then I'm going to compare 18,000 ultras, 10 epics, and then these materials. The reason that I'm still possibly tempted by this pack, all right, is because of the epics, the Latinum and the epics. Okay? Now, granted, there's also 7 billion tritanium in this pack. Okay? That's also attractive to me. 7 billion tritanium in this pack, but no away team's assignment speed up. So if I'm coming back, you're right. There is a comparison of the sub materials. 0 resources here, Bubba Joe. None.
Yep.
40 million dill, 7 billion tritanium in the event store pack, plus epic materials.
All true.
So that's another reason you got to look. All right, now this one has ATA speed ups. Very, very valuable. Very, very valuable, okay? But I cannot refine epic materials yet, Bubba Joe. Okay, I don't think you got, no, I don't have a refine open. I can't refine epics. I can refine rare and uncommon, can't refine the epics. So
What do you need epics for?
I'm going to build a pile of them eventually. Eventually. Got my jelly.
So is that what you think? Is that what you think you want the epics for?
I don't know what I want the epics for, but I know they're more. But I know
Well,
but they're better than rares, right? Aren't they? Aren't they better?
Let's
They're
teach
33% more better than rare.
That's right. They're at least 33%. All right, go to stfc.space.
All right.
Pull up your pylum.
Zoom, boom, boom, boom. Okay, pile them. Let's talk.
Find where you start to spend epic materials.
Oh, it's pretty up there, isn't it? Tier 10.
So you were saying how you're never going to be Ops 50. You
Chump
think you're going
change.
to be Ops 50 before you have a Tier 10 pylum?
Do any buildings take it? I don't know what epic material does. So good teaching moment. What does epic material do for me?
I don't go. If it is, it's going to be like Ops 49 type of stuff where it might take some epic, but I don't even think that. I think it's just uncommon and rare.
Trader says
So
it's
epic-
ships only. No
Epic?
buildings, no research. Is it literally just
some
ships?
primes? Isn't prime? Some of the primes use epic, but I think you might already have access to some of those.
The
Or
primes
the primes are rare.
So
Primes
I assume we're talking some of the higher level primes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nope, that's 5-star uncommon.
Yep, 5-star.
5-star. 5-star. Oh, not that one. 5-star. 6-star. Blech!
Oh,
It's coming. Confirmed, everybody. G6 is coming.
oh no!
4-star uncommon. Oh, that's an early one. That's also early. Stop clicking on the stupid ones, DJ. Away teams particles. 5-star. There ain't one.
So
5-star.
yeah, so I'll tell you. Actually, I'll pull it up right now, and I'll tell you exactly what I have.
So epic is literally a waste. Is that what you're saying?
So I have 65,500 epic refined ore, 72,500 epic refined gas, 65,800 epic refined crystal, and I'm hard pressed to when I would have spent it, except on when I maxed my Franklin A.
All right, so we can take the epic out. Now we have the 40 million dill and the 7 billion trite to contend with. 40 million dill, which is not that much. The 7 billion trite is nice. Although, in fairness, I did swear to myself that I was no longer going to buy packs for resources. Why would I not buy packs for resources, everybody? Because I invested.
Because you're getting.
Well, I am getting a lot.
Big Mama's in the game.
That's right. I invested into Big Mama. Okay? I got a Big Mama, so I ain't worried about resources anymore. So now if I take the epics out and I take the resources out, Bubba Joe, then you're correct. This is the optimum pack.
Yep.
Minus 100,000 Latinum. Which
even better if Wesley was in there.
Does make me gag. Scopely, I refuse to buy this pack until you put 10 shards of Wesley Crusher in it.
There you go.
All right. So take the resources out. We got the ATA speed ups. We got the epic shards. We got the ultra recruit tokens. This is for sure, monetarily, for me, given my criteria, the better pack. And yes, folks, I do say criteria because you have to decide the need for this stuff on your own. Milan, Big Mama is the amalgam. That's what we call her over here. Welcome to our channel. I can tell you're new here. All right. That's Big Mama. All right.
Yep.
The amalgam. Mama.
So just like we were talking about choices and decisions in the event store, this is one of those things that you absolutely need to look at. If you're going to spend money, make sure you're spending money smartly. Make sure you're spending money and getting the most value you can. If you were buying event store loot, for example, if you were buying event store loot so you could get, I don't know, steel. Well, maybe you should be looking at a station pack and comparing the steel you get in that versus what you spend it on in the event store.
Absolutely.
Please do not spend your event store loot on materials, please, or on resources. But
it's a great deal. It's a great deal. Look at it. Oh, I'm not in the right section. Hang on.
Don't forget the Vault of Latinum.
That's right.
So that's just like in the event store, you have to figure out where your value is. In the actual pay store, you got to figure out where your value is, right? And obviously, it's not coincidental that the amount you get of trade XP and event store loot in those packs. I'm sure that somebody at Scopely mathed that out for you. That they did that intentionally. But find what has value for you, and that's what you want to invest in.
This one's actually not bad, to be honest with you.
As always, your mileage may vary.
The dilithium one is actually not terrible for me, crazy enough. Don't know why. The dilithium is not as bad as the titanium and steel. Get out of here with your garbage. All right, that's right. Just rate it. That's why I said I wasn't gonna do that. By the way, all this time we're waiting, and I still have 4 minutes left on my warp. It's absolutely horrible. Okay. All right.
Research, man. Research.
Yeah, it's time for you to unlock those superhighways.
Yep. Only 12 more ops levels to go. Get right on it. All right. Here, let's do. I need to claim my ATA so I can do my battle pass event. Let me knock this out real quick. That's just an uncommon, so no finishing there. Ooh, a critical uncommon. Whoop, whoop. Raised roof. All right. And there we go. There's success there. So let's see how many more points I need because I'm not above rushing this data assignment. Actually, I should probably rush this one. Let's see how many points I got. I don't think I'm going to need much more. All right. I need 1,800 points. Holy cow, Bubba Joe. You know what? Those dirty, rotten scoundrels over at Scopely. Did anybody notice this? Bubba Joe, is yours the same way? Is yours the same way?
As far as the total, my total is higher.
But it's still lower than it was even last month.
Correct.
I'll be daggone. I'll be daggone. Scopely, you rascals, you didn't even tell us that you made our lives easier and better yet again. You insist on not letting people love you. I mean, what is the issue, Bubba Joe? Why can they never take the win?
I got nothing for you.
One epic assignment. I don't even need to crit. I mean, I'm done. I don't need to rush the data assignment. That's 48 hours worth of speed ups. I'm going to rush. I don't need to rush anything, Bubba Joe. This one will be done in the morning. I need 0 speed ups.
So mine was 3,200. So for me, it was an epic plus or critically an epic. And luckily, the epic I completed criticaled, and I was done. And I'm like, we should talk about this. And I figured we were going to, and then, you know, we kind of went off the rails.
I didn't
in the
even
podcast.
see it. Didn't even look at it because I hadn't completed it. My God. Scopely, let me love you. Just gotta tell me when you do good things.
I fully expect at this rate they're going to put sliders on Alliance donations and say nothing.
Hold on, we better check. It might already be there.
Yeah, I know, right? Take a look.
Oh, Lordy. My goodness gracious. Okay, so, Bubba Joe, what time did we start? We are 1 hour and 20 minutes in. We have spent very, very little. Chop, chop. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do?
All right, so here's my thought, okay? If you are going to buy
3 hours.
I think Bubba Joe's going to go to bed before we get to 3 hours. But so if you are going to buy a pack, it seems like the Trade XP pack for the Picard shards is the right way to go. So then what I want to do is officers. Pick the officer that matters the most to you. And I think we talked about that. That's Galron.
All right, let's go back and check.
So I think if you're going to buy a pack, that's the right pack to get. Okay.
Galron is the anti-Marcus. Martok is the anti-Kang, which nobody flies at me with a Kang because I don't fly a D4.
Right.
Who was the anti-Sharvanik?
Well, that's the one that's in this arc.
Bael.
So it's not in the event store.
Bael, right?
Yep.
And she was a free-to-play unlock. Where are you, Bael? Bael, where you at?
Wait. Is Bael free-to-play unlock?
Not yet. She will be with this weekend's meta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so
I was thinking she was a elite battle pass unlock, but
I probably let's see.
You're right. I think she is. I think she's the meta. You're right.
10 shards. You know what? I will show you something somewhat embarrassing. I have claimed 0 of my 19 milestones that I've collected so far.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm an idiot. I do this all the time.
Wow.
I do this all the time. I am just like, I love to see it at the end, Bubba Joe. Like, I like to see
the trade XP in there and
cool.
everything.
I know. I like to see all of it. I like to see the magnificence of all of it hit me all at once. That said, Bael's got 6 more here, and she still has a meta. And then, of course, you got 12 down here, which I'm not there yet, but nonetheless, that's going to happen.
Don't hit it by mistake. You might be upset.
Matthew says that's why
they're all going to go like dominoes.
That's why I haven't unlocked her yet, because there's 5 shards here. Are there any other shards in the elite track? If there's not,
At the end.
look, Bubba Joe, I have event store loot I could spend too. Man, I should. I should. Oh, God, I don't want to. It's not.
It's
complete.
one more day. You can
It's
wait.
not complete
It's one
yet.
more day. Wait one more day, and you can claim it all and take a nice big snapshot on your nice zoomed out screen and get everything in one picture.
I'm just gonna add the uncommon frame and the 18 Bael shards. I'll. You know what? We're gonna do it. Should we do it? Do it! We did it! Ah! All right, now here's what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to screenshot. Okay, and now I'm gonna hold on. You guys are gonna get to see me do some wicked art. Okay. There we go. Let's pull it up. All right, here's our screenshot. Plus 6 by L and
one epic battle pass pull.
there we go. So that was my free-to-play winnings, okay? I'm gonna add this to the graphics room now. All right. Now.
Wow.
Wow.
Right, hold on. This was the free-to-play path, Wolfwood. It was only 6 by L in this one. All right, so let's close this out. We're going to collect it now because, remember, there was only 6 by L in the top one. Now, the bottom one has the other 12 plus the 36,000 loot. Are we going to do the bottom one too? Are we going to do it? We're going to do it!
Do it!
All right, let's see what we got.
Everything must go.
Everything must go. All right, so there we go. We've got 2.4 billion steel. 60 million dill. Wow, I kind of... Is this normal? Only 26 rare gas? That feels a little low for the elite track. Maybe that's right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're less. The lower track is less than the higher one.
That's odd.
So
okay. All right.
we
So
had. I think we had one fewer dilithium run, which would have been the gas this month than we have in the past.
all right, plus 12
It's extra, so
by L
can't complain.
plus what was it? 36,000 or 34,000? 36K loot. Looty for my booty. There you go. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. That is the entire winnings from an entire month worth of Battle Pass because I am that guy. I have to hang on to it. But see, I'm getting outside of my comfort zone for you guys here for science. Now, Bubba Joe, that means I should have a little bit more loot to spend. I do now have a little bit more loot. And that should now unlock Bael. And it did not. But it's close enough. I got 2 more shards, and she's my anti-shar. So she's going to be important to me later, but I can't buy her right now. So if I were saying... if I were looking at event store loot, now somebody brought it up in the chat, which they are absolutely correct. All right, Gowron, anti-Marcus, Martok, anti-Kang, which nobody comes at me with yet, but somebody did point out that I will be flying a Pylum. Okay, I will be flying a Pylum. So, daggone it, General Chaos says, did you just lose Tetrions by unlocking that? Sure did! Oh well, that's all right. I'll be fine. I've got a lot of Tetrions. Bubba Joe, do people come at you with Kang? That doesn't seem like Kang has never felt like the best triangle buster for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. Do people come at you with Kang?
Yeah. No.
I didn't think so. There's better crews, right?
Correct. There are better crews. Specifically, the crew that they're going to come at me with the most is going to be
A Yuki.
and even though it's not the triangle you think, it's Yuki, and then usually Marcus or possibly Harrison, and then Honor Guard Worf. Right, that's the ship you're going to come at a pylon with. Right, you want the criticals. You want Yuki, gives you anti-Romulan plus the shield strip, and then either Harrison or Marcus to synergize with Yuki. That's what you're going to see a lot against a pylon.
See, now Lawrence says if you fly a Kelvin, you're going to see a lot of Kang. But see, I skipped my G4 uncommons. I didn't build any. So I wonder if Martok is something worth investing in today. I mean, I'm 6 months away. Presumably sourcing is still going to happen. But even in a pylon, I don't know that I'm going to see a lot of Martok. You know what I'm saying? So Andar says he likes Kang against a pylon. IJ says, I do. I run Kang on my Newton. It eats up a pylon. All right. You know what? It's not that much. We'll take him to tier 2. Okay? Take him to tier 2. Then we'll see what happens natively, right? Galron, yep. We're going to take him to tier 3. I see a lot of Marcus with the Enterprise. So, we figured out how much loot that was. So, the rest of it's going to go into trade XP? Is that how we're doing this? All right.
I think that's what you want to do.
All right. So, here's what we're going to do. Bubba Joe, what was the math? I am going to save the officer shards for tomorrow. There's no sense in burning 150 rare shards when I can do that in the SLB tomorrow. So we're going to save the amount of loot needed for that. Bubba Joe, did we write down exactly how much that was going to be?
You need 158,000 for Galron, and you need 68,000 for Martok.
So it's 226,000.
Yep.
And that means that we're going to spend 87,000 on trait XP. So I am going
let's
to
make
actually,
it a nice.
I'm going to
90,000.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 90 because woo! What just happened? That's my YouTube chat right there. Wow, that went crazy. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I must have scrolled too fast. Okay. Listen, Gypsum. It's not that people don't know how to use Kang effectively. That's what I'm saying. I don't fly an interceptor at all. My best interceptor is either the Vidar or the Saladin, so I never see it. That's not to say that other people don't. And Bubba Joe, I mean, he's an Ops 53. People are coming to him with different things. All right, so let's do this. 39,000 trait XP. Now, that's not as much as I was hoping to pull tonight, Bubba Joe.
Well, you can still buy the pack tonight if you want.
This pack. Here. This one. Right?
Yep.
It's the one you want me to buy.
I think it's the best deal.
Okay. All right. So we're going to do it.
Sorry, Mrs. DJs.
Hang on one second. There we go. Excuse me, everybody, while I hide my personal credit card information. Look, there's the Streets of Romulus. What happened to the... Why is it all crooked and stuff? Let me fix this. Woo! See? It's dancing. Look at there. Okay. Streets of Romulus. We'll be right back. Now, let me buy this pack. And proceed to check out DJ Grumpy Cat. That's my name. DJ Grumpy Cat.
You had it officially changed?
In game, somebody took mine. Somebody took it, so I had to change it. Okay, and we're back. Okay, there's my pack contents. Thank you, Exola, for my multi-phase credits. All right, there we go, Bubba Joe. I did it. So now,
all right,
let's go check. I really should not spend trade XP right now. I should not do it. Here we go. God. All right, so definitely Nero, right? For sure Nero.
Yes. For sure Nero.
For sure Nero. And I would have to spend almost 70,000 on Nero to make him where I want him to be. And he should probably be first, right? Because he carries 2 traits.
Yes.
Okay. No, Wolfwood, my Jayla, I've already unlocked her. So it's 100 for tier 2. Yes, it's weird. It's 115 for tier 1. This is why I said in the beginning that I thought Jayla was messed up from the very beginning. Okay? Here, take a look at stfc.space. Jayla is the only officer in the game that takes less shards to tier her up than it does to unlock her. Look at there. 130 to unlock, but then 100 to tier her up. Silliness. All right. 70,000 to do Nero where I want him to be. He is on a freaking assignment. God. All right.
I'm sorry, DJ.
That's all right. It's this assignment, so there's only 8 hours left on it. Look, see, God, the things that I do for you people. Okay. I could have let that finish natively tomorrow with no speed ups and still done my ATA. Just saying. I must love you an awful lot. Okay. Okay. 2 more seconds. 1. All right. So now we got Nero out. And we're done also with the ATA. Now, let's go ahead and claim those Battle Pass points. Oh, my God. I'm such an idiot. Would that have finished my Battle Pass? No. 1,500 points, Scopely? Are you kidding me? 1,500 points to finish? Get out of here with your madness. Okay. Wrong place. Officers. Nero. Where's you at? Here we go, Nero. I don't even remember where's the chart on this. Anybody got the chart on this? I don't remember how much trade XP it cost. Here we go. Count on Ripper. We can always count on Ripper. Can you guys see that on the screen okay?
It's a little small.
A little small here. I'll fix that. Woo! There we go. Is that better? There we go. All right. So, I want to spend... Oh, I already did this. 68,500. I needed to see how much I had. God, I'm such a dope. All right. Oh, man. Oh, God, Bubba Joe. That's so much. I've never had that much before.
Feels good, doesn't it?
I should save it for a solo leaderboard.
Oh, when are we ever going to have one of those again?
God, Bubba Joe, it's going to happen again probably next month, but it's a whole month. It's a month worth of assignments I'm going to miss. Oh, it's making me sad. Damn. You know what? F it. F solo leaderboards. Solo leaderboards are rubbish. They're terrible. They're awful. Don't ever do solo leaderboards. Garbageness. I'm going to vomit. All right.
That's what I've been saying.
All right. Now, I did it. This is so irresponsible. I'm so irresponsible on stream with you guys. This is why I don't do it. Snake Eyes is like, do it. By the way, listen, you know what? Everybody who's getting so much enjoyment out of seeing me blindly and carelessly spend stuff, you know what? Especially if you're on server 15, because now you can see proof positive I am not going to be effective in leaderboards. We need you to join our member section here on the YouTube, okay? Right down below the video, there's a little join button. You can sign up at like $5 a month. We'd really appreciate that, all right? So, because the only reason I'm here tonight, the only reason that I'm here blowing all this garbage is because Snake Eyes made me, Bubba Joe. He said, listen, Biznia, go out and make my money. That's what he said. He said, I had to make $92. That's what he said. $92 I had to make tonight. And according to my YouTube stream, I have only made $69.63. Super chats, people. Super chats, okay? Bring in your super chat. Show me your super sticker. Join the YouTube membership thing. Thank you. I need Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is going to beat me with a wooden rod if I don't make $92 tonight. That was the goal.
It'd be worth $92 to see that.
Thank you, Steven Zarin, who joins under our gold membership. Thank you very much. How come the revenue button didn't change? The revenue button didn't change. Is it because it hasn't charged you yet, Steven Zarin? Oh no. I still need $23 more.
Still need $92.
I still need $92. Go do the super chat, people. I'd appreciate it. That way Snake Eyes doesn't beat me.
Stickers. Everybody loves stickers.
He's gonna throw wooden shoes at me, okay? Like seriously, clogs. Like that's what they do in New Zealand. They have clogs. All right. Why am I saying New Zealand? That's where Steven Zarin's from. He's worse. He's from Pittsburgh. Okay? He's gonna just shoot me. All right? He's just going to shoot me. Just pull out a pistol and shoot me right in both my knees.
Throwing shoes at you, that's for sure.
Oh, God. That's right, man. All right. What else do we have to do tonight? So we've done the Trade XP. Have I bought this pack yet? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Whew. I was getting ready to buy it again.
I was going to say, you want to buy it again?
No.
You can buy 2 more.
I could buy 2 more. I was like, I couldn't remember if I did it already. All right, gosh.
It goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was getting ready to do it again. Daggone. All right, so we're done spending for tonight. Oh, or are we? I actually had my eye on this one too, Bubba Joe. I did. I had my eye on this one too. Mathematically, yo, Rams with the super chat. He got us there. Looky there. He got us. Oh, Shady Pines. Look at you. All right. Thank you.
Come out.
Look at Shady Pines with the $100 super chat. He says, happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Rams Nation saying, let's go Rams for the Super Bowl win with $50 on your super chat. And Steven Zarin coming through with 17 more. Thank you guys so very, very much. You guys are awesome. Alex says, you have a pack for a second Big Mama? Yes, I do, because I was able to convince Scopely to give me my first one. All right, I told you I was going to buy it, but Scopely said they want me to have one out of the goodness. They usually do that. I got the Stella, got the Disco. So yes, they did. Boy, they had me pushing that Sarko awful hard for sure. But yeah, no, I usually do. That's part of my perks package. I don't really get anything else, but I do get ships and I get the monthly pack. So that's what I get. Yeah, demonstration. But yeah, no, normally I would not have the ability to get another one. I'm not going to buy a second one. But yeah, I do have the one. Now, and obviously I still spend money like a big old moron, as you can see. Now, I was considering this one, Bubba Joe. I was considering this one, but if I look at the shard count, okay, and we're done with the Baitor meta, there's no more Baitor shards coming. Like, this is it, okay? So if I look at the shard count, I am not going to get there on her. So I think the $50 one would be fine because it takes 135. Let's see, where am I? So 50. So I have 15 more, but then it would take another 100. So I need 115 to get her to tier 3 if that's where I wanted to go. And by the way, I think tier 3 is really kind of where it starts to get good. Tier 1 is 10%. Tier 2 only takes it to 14. But tier 3 is a nice big jump to 22%. So I kind of feel like that would be a good spot there, Bubba Joe. But I need 115 more shards. Well, the 80 is not going to get me there. So I was thinking about looking at the 49 because it will get me there.
So let's talk about value. So let's talk about value, right? So you really like Baitor, and you know I
do.
I'm not as big a fan as you are, and that's okay. But let's say you get her to that. We're talking about 8% difference of what she's at. So let's say you get your Big Mama up to the maximum tier. So we're talking about 8/100ths of a percent, right? That you're adding to your loops.
I can show you what she would do. Hang on, let me find. Where's my Big Mama sheet? Here we go. Amalgam Rate Efficiency Analytical Comparative Resource Calculator Math Thingy. Here it is. Okay? I'll zoom it in for you guys. Here we go. And this was the screen that I actually wanted. Okay, so first I need to put in this stuff. So my amalgam is now tier 2, level 10. I'm going to plug that in. All right? My Bachelor is tier 1. Okay? So if I come over here to my loot stolen, and my Big Mama capacity, I don't remember exactly what that is. It's higher now. Let's put Big Mama in without. Actually, I lied. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put. Here we go. Max cargo, except we're going to sub 1 out. We're going to put Bachelor on, and I said we take out 2. Okay, so here's my cargo now with Bachelor, 4, and Ston. My cargo is 2.2 million, and that should still remain good in space, and it does. 2.2 million, 2266250. So I'm going to put this in 66250. All right, so there we go. There's my cargo. Now, loot stolen calculator. Here we go. Let's assume. What did I do over here? This is weird. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's pretend. Oh, we need to have a starting balance, don't we? All right, let's pretend that the base had. No, a trillion's too much. What do we want to go with? What's a good base? What's a good base that you guys are finding out there? 250 billion? Is that good? 250 billion?
Sure.
It's too much. Whoa! Okay, wrong. 250. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 250. That's 250 million. What is happening? Oh! I'm calculating my scoop like a moron. Okay, hang on. 250 billion. Let's go 370 billion. I'm closer there. Okay, let's just do that. 370 billion. Let me pull your chats back up. There we go. Okay, thank you. 370 billion. 370 billion is what the base is holding. And that first scoop, let's say that I get to scoop this player 25 times, Bubba Joe. Okay?
Okay.
25 scoops, I get in on this player exactly where I am right now, okay? This calculator, if you guys can see, I'll blow it up a little bit, okay? This calculator will tell me based off my first hit, and the reason I like this calculator, and by the way, this one is already online, okay? This one's already on our website at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. Go to the special, here, I can even show you. I will show you. If you go to our website and, go through the privacy error security setting bull crap. All right, right over here, special features, downloadable links, and here it is, Big Mama's efficiency calculator download loot calculator. Okay, it's right here if you guys want to check it out. Boom, on the website. Now, anyway, what this does is it kind of reverse engineers how much available loot there is based on your scoop. So if I hit that base for the first time and I pulled 100 million, all right, then it reverse engineers the starting balance based off the bonuses that I have input on this page. I'm level 10, tier 1 Bachelor, and my cargo of the ship, okay, using the crew that I'm going to use. In my case, I'm using Ford and Ston, okay? So, using all this stuff, it's going to tell me what the available balance was. So, your base is probably going to show a little bit higher than that, Bubba Joe, because you got protections, right?
Yep.
So,
yep.
This is telling me what it calculates the available balance to be, and therefore what my subsequent hits are going to be, because Big Mama does depreciate over time. Now, Bubba Joe, everything being equal right here, okay? Everything being equal, I'm going to get 2.49 billion resources. 2.49 billion resources. Okay? Now, we need to remember this number, 373, because I'm pretty sure... You know what? Here, I'm going to do something that I shouldn't do, but I'm going to mess up my calculator for a second, but I won't save it. I passworded myself out of it. Okay.
The password is password.
Yeah, I passworded myself out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's not going to let me change that either.
Just
Crapola. Well, the reason the reason that this is going to matter is because this is a calculated field, so we're not going to be able to get this number back. What a stupid thing. I'm going to have to fix this. Anyway, all right, so if I came over here and I changed Bachelor to Tier 2, you see what it does, Bubba Joe? It leaves the loot stolen the same because the base got smaller. This calculates what the base would be. So if I had started with a higher base, okay, you know what? Hang on a second. I'm going to unpassword this thing. Let me close off my screen for a second. Time to go to a break. Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga. Oh my God, I don't remember the daggone password.
Pineapple.
Crap, that's not it. Oh, caps lock was on. Hang on.
Ah.
Ha-ha! Got it. Okay, and we're back. All right. Took me a second there. All right, so what we're going to do, Bubba Joe, we're going to put this back, and I'm going to mess with my formulas here for a second, okay? So, 3, 4, 9. Now, what I've done here is I've basically made hit number 2 the same so that we can calculate what it's going to do on this one. So, Bubba Joe, what we're going to do when we get this final number, we're going to change it to 26 hits because I'm going to remove 100,000 and 1 hit off this top line. Does that make sense? So everybody understands what I did? All right. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to change Bachelor. So we already know right here, 2.492 billion. That's what I'm going to rate on 25 hits. I'm going to change her to Tier 2. I am going to change this to 26, and I'm going to remove 100,000. Okay, Bubba Joe? 100,000. Which, by the way, doesn't even matter for out here. So literally, Bubba Joe, this is good for 200. 1 tier of her. And by the way, we didn't go anything crazy on this base. We're using the exact same base, 373 million, which is what we saw just a minute ago, right? Let's undo it. Okay? Here we go. 373. Now we're going to redo it. Okay, 373. That's the size of the base. It made a difference of 240 million loot by getting her to Tier 2, man. 240 million on the same 25 hits. Ignore that this says 26. Remember, we're removing line 1, and I took 100. Oh, that's 100 million. Oh, snike. Okay, it's still 140 million. Not 240 million. I got to take 100 million off because we ignored the first hit. It's still 140 million, Bubba Joe. In 25 hits. Is that worth it? I don't know. I think so.
So then 140 million of what, right? So we're talking 25 hits, as compared to what are you getting in your events right now? Are you still getting billions of steel and hundreds of millions of titanium from an event reward? That's the question I wanted you to think about, right? If you're going to spend $100 upgrading this officer, which you value the officer, so I'm not going to say you shouldn't do that, but you should look at what the value you're getting is. And if you're going to raid dozens of bases, then this is obviously going to add up. But if you're going to raid twice a week and maybe get in 20 hits before the person shields, maybe she's not the most important officer to get right now.
All right, let's pretend 10.3 what number is that? Billion? 10.3 billion. Let's say it's 100 hits. 10.3 billion. Now, let's go back. I got to undo a bunch of stuff. Okay. 10.3 billion is what it was. See, now it's 500 million if you can land 100 hits on that one base. I don't know, 500 million, you're right. I mean, I can do more in a single event. And I can certainly do more than that. Of course, it is the gift that keeps on giving, but $100 in a station pack buys me like 20 times that. See, why you got?
So that's your comparison.
Why you got to be talking me out of all this business, man? Scopely,
I'm not trying to talk you out of this.
Scopely's mad at you. I was going to come in here. Oh, that's the Peace Shield pack. That's definitely the one that I wanted. Tag on it. Here we go.
Absolutely buying that Peace Shield pack.
That's the one that I
high
wanted right
value right there.
So 46 billion is what I get in $100 pack. 46 billion. It would take a little while, wouldn't it, Bubba Joe?
Mm-hmm. Now, you can never go wrong with officers. And the reason I say you can never go wrong with officers is you can use them under decks. You can put them on assignment. So officers are multi-use. You don't have to only use Baitor for the purpose of the additional rating. But you're right. That's the question you have to ask is, how much are you going to have to raid before you've earned back the resources you could have just bought in that $100 pack?
It's true. And Milan says, the pack may get you more, but if you steal it, then you're not losing real funds and money, and that's true, and that's kind of why I was thinking stealing it faster, Milan. Now, somebody also asked in the chat, and I know you can't see this because of my cat. Let me turn the cat off for a second, okay? Somebody was asking, are you sure 2 is not better with synergy, okay? We did this math. My Ston is maxed, all right? I'm getting 40% off of him, okay? And I'm getting 40% off my tier 1 4 of 11. Now, if I were going to put 2 back in here, okay? 2 at base is only 20%. His synergy is 15%, okay? So if I was going to put him in place right there, sorry, I had that backwards. If I was going to do this here, I'm still getting 40 from 4, but I'm only getting 35 out of my 2, okay? So to actually have Ston is actually going to get me 4% more, especially if I'm going to use Baitor in this spot. All right. So if your Ston is tier 4, it's even. If your Ston is tier 5, then you'll actually get 5% more by using Ston than you would of 2 of 10, even with synergy. All right, because the synergy is only 15%. So, anywho, there you go. Where was I going? I was trying to find Ston to put him back, and I can't find him. Where is he at? Hello, Ston! Where you at, boy? There he is.
He's hiding.
There he is. All right. And by the way, I could show you, too. I should have shown you. I was at 2.2 a minute ago. Let's put 2 on here. There we go. And we'll bring it out. It's going to be smaller. 2.222. And with my 4, it's obviously not a huge deal. 2.222, and now 2.266. I'm getting 40,000 extra loot. Whoop, whoop. Hey, every single steal counts, okay? Every single steal counts. All right. Bubba Joe, was there something else we were going to do tonight? Did I hit everything that I said we were going to talk about? Oh, server merger announcements. I know we waited until like 12:30 at night. Server merger announcements. I put them in the announcements channel, but just in case you guys missed it. 8 servers, Bubba Joe. Daggone. European 172 and 173. European 174 and 175. APAC 189 and 200. And US 58 and 59 all confirmed to be merging. Put the announcement in our chats. There you go. Bubba Joe, was there something else that we wanted to do
Our
before we...
condolences to all those servers.
I said that during the podcast. No, I think that's what we wanted to cover. Unless you wanted to have someone open up your base.
Oh,
What?
the TOS Spock thing, dude. We've been on for 2 hours. That's how.
No. I'm not saying we should do that. That was the only other thing we talked about.
Yeah, we might have to do that another night. Sorry, Rip. I'm just going to concede because Ripper's going to win this one. But nonetheless, is there anybody listening right now? Hey, Fog, are you listening? Or IJ, do you want to come and crack my base? They were listening earlier. If you guys want to come and crack my base, I would be cool with that. I want to try. I'm just going to leave one ship in, but I want to test TOS Spock versus one or two other crews. So
let's save it for another night. Let's, because there's people are gonna say, well, let's try this other crew, or I want to try this. And it's gonna spiral quickly.
The good news,
you're gonna be on for 8 hours.
The good news is that it could be. I mean, we don't have to wait for shields or any of that other stuff. Like, we could do it pretty quick. Foe is on. He said he could do it. Are you getting sleepy, Bubba Joe? You did tell me that 2 hours was your limit tonight.
I gotta go. I gotta be up
hard out.
and
Yeah,
I gotta be up and at the office in under 6 hours. So
hey, me too. Well, I have to be awake in 6 hours. Not at the office. I have to be in the office in about 8 hours. But yeah, still. Okay, well, you know what? We could probably leave it right here. Foe, I appreciate the offer. He always loves coming by and cracking my base. Like, he never skips an opportunity to do that. But we may have to do that on another night. So I do thank you guys all for hanging out. There's been a great audience. We've got like 40-some in Discord, but we've consistently had like 150 to 160 people in our YouTube. So you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for checking that out. Also, don't forget TOS Kirk, TOS Uhura, material spend auction coming up on the 29th and 30th, the final 2 days of this arc. That is coming this coming weekend, and should be mucho spending there, I think. I was surprised that the Picard auction got to the point that it did, Bubba Joe, but it did. It got up there. So we'll see how this one goes as well. But I do want to thank everybody. Yeah, go ahead.
I think we're a long ways off before Picard auctions don't get absurd.
Probably. How do I go back? See, I don't know what I'm doing here. Did we put everything back the way it was supposed to be? We did, right?
I was going to say you should just close it without saving and you'd be fine.
It's one of those stupid autosave things. Look, see? It says workbook last saved 6 minutes ago. If I'd been thinking, I'd have turned autosave off.
You can just go back to the
I was going to say, why don't you download it again?
Here's the problem with that. I'm not smart, so where this is saved on my cloud server is that file. So any changes I make are the same changes you're going to get when you download it. Because I'm not smart. So here's what I'm going to do. Let me put the password back in it.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
I got to put the password back in it.
Last call for super chats.
Yes, please join the channel. All right, there we go. Join the channel. Do a membership thingy. Do a super chat sticker thing because Snake Eyes sent me on a mission tonight. And by the way, Matthew, if you go and I can't download it because my file is the source. This isn't smart, Bubba Joe. What I should have done is created a copy for me to be able to play with, and then just like one copy for all my uploads that I do. Instead, the copy that I just opened right here is actually what the link points to, which is stupid. So any change that I make, that's why I'm going to have to make a copy of this one before I upload it, because then you guys will always see what I'm doing because the changes and stuff.
Is that an Excel sheet or is that like a Google sheet?
It's Excel. It's in Excel.
Oh.
But it's in my
check
OneDrive, so I'm going to
check your versions through Excel. And then you'll be able to check. You should save it at different points.
I don't even know what he's talking about right now. That's Greek.
Oh, wow.
Listen, this is the guy that took a keyboard and smashed it to bits the other night to get a breadcrumb out of it. Anywho.
Fair point.
Listen, want to thank all you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for your super chats tonight. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you for your stickers. Thank you for your memberships. Please subscribe to the channel before you go, okay? Click on that little bell so you know when we go live. You know when we do other content. We do have 1 or 2 more things hopefully coming for you over the next couple of weeks, so that's pretty exciting. And be sure to visit us on our website at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. TalkingTrekSTFC.com is the website. And we appreciate it. It's Teaching Trek here on the YouTube with myself. I'm your friendly neighborhood cat person. UltimatDJz with my good old buddy Bubba Joe here to teach you, and Captain Mark hanging out on the tubes here tonight as well. Thank you guys so very, very much for being here. And you, my lovely audience, thank you for hanging out. It's a 2-hour show. That's actually not that bad. People might actually go back and watch this one, Bubba Joe. They might do it.
They might.
They don't watch the 7-hour ones, but they might watch this one, all right? Plus, you got to see me be irresponsible with a few currencies. And
That's always fun.
Spent too much money. And I proved Pike Moreau Talon on a Franklin totally works at Ops 44.
Yep.
And then some, like way more some. I could have gone up to like 45 or 46, I bet, Bubba Joe. I don't want to test it tonight.
I was going to say, they jump pretty quick. You might...
I don't want to test it tonight. I don't want to test it tonight, but we'll do it another night. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Broadcasting live from the streets of Romulus, my name is UltimatDJz, and we're getting on out of here. You guys are the best. Appreciate you all. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.